Hey everybody, doing a different video again because I'm feeling sad. Not really sure why. I was gonna write a cat story about a psychic cat who goes on an adventure. I wrote a little bit and I didn't have any enjoyment doing it, and I feel bad not continuing it. But I don't know. I don't think it's that. And I thought, well, I'd just like to talk about it. Like this is an episode of Supernatural, talk about my feelings. And I decided, well, I might as well come to Active Worlds, talk about it. Might go through this garden or park, which was made in 1999. And I'm going to walk on the grass despite the fact the sign says not to. And I don't know, walking through this now, usually nostalgia makes me feel really, really bad. It makes me incredibly anxious, it makes me incredibly sad. But I played Active Worlds back in the 2001, 2002 for a couple months. And just coming back and seeing what people have built many, many years ago just, I don't know, calms me down. I just don't really know what to do. This is a nice waterhouse. Some broken images. Like why do I feel depressed all the time? Because lately it's been different. Because usually I just don't have any emotions, but now I feel like crying all the time. Let's see if anybody's in. No. And by the way, I turned off the audio because there was a copyrighted music playing, and I don't want to make people see ads because of some MIDI music from 1999. Where was I? Depression. I think what really gets me is going on to Reddit. What really got me this time was going on to Reddit, and there is a thread about homelessness and the news sub, and these people just absolutely hate homeless people. Like they just despise them. Which, by the way, there's no accurate count of how many homeless people there are in the U.S. So we have no clue how many there are. It could be 500,000. It could be a million. Which, by the way, yes, that is a lot. Somebody on Reddit was trying to say that's not many. Just a million isn't a whole lot of people. Oh my God. Oh my Todd. Ugh. And you can go to the news sub yourself. Oof, flashing lights. I just don't get why they hate people without money so much. It made me want to cry, but I can't. And no, it's not because I'm a man. It's because for some reason I just can't cry anymore. And 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 then I see stuff for people saying, "Oh, everything's fine, everything's perfect, everything's fine. Don't worry about it." And the media and Reddit just go from one extreme to the other, saying everything's fine, everything's perfect, and then you see articles about today 3,000 people died from the pandemic, which by the way that is happening. It's like 3,000 people a day, over 3,000 people a day now are dying, but nobody seems to care. Everybody, and then everybody says it's fine, it's perfect, who cares? I just I don't get it. Right? It's like I don't understand how everything can be fine and perfect and great when so many people are dying from the pandemic. Inflation is supposedly at 7%, which it's much higher than that. Food is way up. My mom, my elderly mother, she uses distilled water for her CPAP or BiPAP machine. I can't remember which one it is. And that went from like I believe maybe 90 cents a gallon to $1.20 a gallon. That's a pretty big increase for distilled water. And I looked up to see can we do our own distilled water? What's the easiest way to do that? And it's boiling. It's just boiling water and collecting it, and for like hours on end. It's like we need a gallon of it, and that's not enough. Oh, this is sad. I didn't mean to come here. And inflation is up. Deaths are up. Suicides are up. Depression is up. Check out the teacher and nursing subs and the medical subs, and everybody hates working as a teacher or in healthcare, and they're all quitting. But everything's perfectly fine and everything's going great. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, everybody's rich now. Don't worry about it. Everybody has a job now. Somehow everybody has a job, but also there's a million homeless people. I guess they all have jobs. That's how bad the jobs are. That a million people are homeless, despite the fact that they have great jobs that pay tons and tons of money. Supposedly, that's the only thing I can think of. If this is all right. Uh, the BLS, which is a government organization, the something of statistics, I can't remember what it is, says that there were 500,000 plus jobs added in January. A payroll company said it was negative 100,000. That's 600,000 difference. I don't understand how that's possible. How everybody can be so way off. And you think the payroll company must be the correct one because they have the payroll data. And then I remember, wait a second, the government has W-2 forms. They have 1099 forms for independent contractors. And then you go and look about how the BLS is counting. They're not using those forms that go to the IRS. No, they're just statistically determining this by calling up people and saying, "Hey, do you have a job?" Just what you have the forms. You can just look at the forms. You can count them. You can count them and then use your data on how many people you think there are. And you say, "Oh, this is how many people got a job or how many people didn't." Why aren't they counting the forms? Why are they doing it statistically? You have the forms. It's 2022. They're in a computer. Just run a database query. Count how many forms there are. Stop making it so difficult. Oh, this is nice. This is looking to the future robs you of the treasures of the present. Loving each moment that is lived will make the future beautiful and wonderful. I am worthy of love. I will no longer be a doormat to people who care nothing for the terrific person I am. Where do dreams go after they're fulfilled? Those other ones are nice. Oh, these signs took me off my trail. Oh, I'm sorry about that. There's flashing signs over there. And I like coming here into active worlds because stuff like this, you see all sorts of neat stuff. Oh, that wasn't the recording, that was the game. I feel like I'm being lied to by everybody. How can everything be fine when everything's going wrong? The game just froze. There we go. We're back. Like I don't get it. If everything's fine. Why doesn't it feel like everything's fine? Why is everybody? Oh, I keep freezing. Why is everybody just having a terrible time? Oh, I froze again. Let's teleport out of here. Oh, we're on a lonely highway. This is the sad, just one lonely highway. Oops, sorry about that. Just bouncing around. I feel really, really weird making these. Like people are gonna watch this and think, Mr. Cat, man, just stop. And I don't know, maybe I'll feel better saying stuff. 'Cause it feels like nothing's good and nothing's fine. One day, I don't know when I'll be homeless. I have no idea when it could be. Tomorrow it could be 20 years from now. I know I'll be homeless at some point. Pitchfork. I just don't know when. Because I can't handle anything. I literally cannot handle anything. I'll just go out to the forest and lay down. Lay up against a tree and just lay there. Hopefully it'll be the middle of winter so I don't have to sit there for too long. It's a nice loop. Sonic the Hedgehog has loops. This made me think. This all this metaverse talk made me think of Active Worlds again. Active Worlds was doing all the metaverse stuff in 1995. All these companies are pretending it's new. Too bad Active Worlds isn't open source. They squandered everything. And what do you guys think? Like, is everything great and fine, and or does or does what's happening to you not match what's going on in the world or what we're being told? 2006. Because I don't think anything matches what we're being told. Like, you can't have everybody feeling like crap all the time. You can't have people saying their jobs are awful and terrible and they're just quitting nonstop and then say everything's fine and everything's good. You can't have it's I believe it was 100,000. That doesn't sound right. I was going to say 100,000 suicides. That doesn't sound right. Maybe it was overdoses. It's, you can't have all this and then tell me everything's perfect and fine. And I'll believe you if you tell me. I, I'll believe anything anybody says to me because I don't. If you told me I had a video where I made my cat into a puppet, I'd believe you. 'Cause I'm terrible memory. I want to drink this. 1996, February 1996. Only 2 months after an end of 95. Oh, I lost my train of thought again. And the game froze. If I reduce the visibility a bit, that might help. It's it's hard to think most of the time for me. Like all of my videos are spur of the moment because I cannot think. It's weird. You might think, but wait, if it's spur of the moment and you make these long videos that go on and on, doesn't that mean you can think? I guess it does. Except it doesn't feel that way. Like I cannot think. Like if I were to sit down and try to write like that cat story. I just sit there and I have no idea what to do, and yet here I am just going on and on about nothing. I don't know if I'm depressed or angry, or maybe both. I'm angry because I'm lied to all the time. I'm even lied to my cats, but that's cute because they just want food and pets. Or Marbles wants pets and Sadie wants food. That's okay. They can get away with it. This is a nice house, by the way. This is a nice metaverse house, which the people at Facebook think they invented. This is from 1997, by the way. Facebook didn't exist back then. Google didn't exist back then. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. It's like I said, this is spur of the moment, kind of. I was playing Forza Horizon. I was thinking about what I could say and what I should show on the screen. That's how I decided on Active Worlds. And by the way, every time it freezes, that's not the recording, that's the game. So don't worry about it. GeoCities. You guys remember GeoCities? I'm not going to click that because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to break anything. And GeoCities doesn't exist anyway. Welcome to Granny's Garden. Like I wish there was like a more popular version of this. Just to see more stuff, which I guess it's not like I've seen everything in here. Like this goes on for forever. It goes on and on. Oh, what about you guys? You think what the optimistic redditors and media say is true? That everything's fine and perfect and good, and there aren't any problems? And you know, it is hard to believe that when they say that, but then they also have articles that says everything isn't fine. So it's hard to believe them when they have these two different things on their page, on their website, that say the opposite things. Want to see some virtual magic 3D? Let's go here. Let's see where we go. And we're teleporting somewhere. I don't know where. Oh, we're teleporting to a completely different world. Oh, the game crashed. Oh, it didn't work. Okay. I was going to teleport us to a place called Nebula, a server called Nebula, which might not exist anymore because this was. Sorry about the fast movements, by the way. That was 99, so that server might not exist anymore. The fast movements can mess things up, make people sick. I There's so much I want to say, but it's hard to think of what I want to say. Somebody struck oil over here, it looks like. And I think about the future. That signs that don't think about the future, which is probably a good thing. Like I've got, there's plenty to think about now. I don't need to add the future onto it. Oh, casino. I want to gamble away all my money. And I don't. I was talking about the future, wasn't I? See, I keep forgetting what I'm talking about, which I don't know if that's a problem or not. I want to sleep in this bed. And I was talking about something I completely forgot. I was talking about the future. and the future is not bright. It's it's just awful. Things are gonna get worse. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I got stuck in the sign. Everybody just got blinded. Must be 21 to enter. I am 20 over 21. Or do they mean exactly 21? Oh, for goodness sake. I hope YouTube doesn't say, hey, you can't show that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't go back to look. It was tasteful though, so the future isn't bright. It's very bad. It's gonna get worse constantly. And there's nothing I can do about it. And now I'm stuck on these train tracks. So I was just going to talk about depression, me being sad, but I just got off onto these tangents about nothing that matters to anybody. If like, just tell me what you guys think. What I'd really love to do is do it like a Twitch stream or something. We just wander around in active worlds and talking to people about things. I think. Oh boy, that hurt my eyes. I think I said it last time, and of course I didn't do it. Like if I do that, I guess I could set up a time, and everybody could rap with me. I could do it on YouTube, but nobody uses the YouTube live stream. You know, I am feeling better just talking to myself. But I guess that hurts my eyes. I guess that's the all I have to say right now. And I'm gonna ignore this sign. I am not a fire truck. I think I'm a blue lady. Um, I don't know if talking about it made me feel better or just wandering around this place feels better. You know what? I wish there was a job guarantee. Like, you want a job, you've got one. Here's a list of jobs, pick one, you got it. No questions asked. If you don't like it, pick another one. Wouldn't that be nice? You don't like your job, just pick another one. What in the world? They want my YouTube channel to get kicked off. Like, I don't have a problem with it, but YouTube does. And I lost my train of thought again. I guess we'll end on this flame. The flame in my heart for my cats. But I guess I'll make a rambling video again later when I feel bad again, which I still feel bad.